Member for Surrey South.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. 18 months ago, the Premier promised safer communities, saying, quote, "The big indicator is when British Columbians feel safer," end quote. That promise is utterly broken, Mr. Speaker. Today, nobody feels safe. Just days ago on Commercial Drive, a young mother breastfeeding her 4-month-old baby was violently assaulted in her car by a stranger who then attempted to grab her baby. This is someone that was already known to police. This is a person who was making and posting videos online about killing women. And yet he was allowed to roam the streets and attack a breastfeeding mother. So my question, Mr. Speaker, is when will the Premier stop enabling prolific offenders and put the rights of victims ahead of an offender's right to reoffend?
Hear, hear.
Minister of Public Safety and Solicitor General.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, and I appreciate the question and obviously share the same concern when a case like this is raised. It's why, Honourable Speaker, that this government has and continues to take action on the public safety front. That's why we have in place the Safer Communities Action Plan that's given additional resources for police to be able to deal with repeat violent offenders, Honourable Speaker, a program that we put in place and given permanent funding to, a program which once existed when they sat on this side of the House and they cancelled, Honourable Speaker. It's why we've pushed for bail reform, Honourable Speaker, so that we can ensure that those who are a risk in terms of being violent, that they can be denied bail and kept off the streets, Honourable Speaker. It was this government that led that initiative to get that expanded, so that it wasn't just about firearms, but it was about people who use violence, whether it be knives or other weapons, Honourable Speaker. We will continue to work with local governments, we will continue to work with police, we will continue to work with the federal government to make the changes necessary to the criminal code to help keep our communities safe.
Surrey South supplemental.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I have heard minister after minister today answering questions by standing up and talking about programs, talking about promises, but never taking responsibility for their results. And these are their results. The NDP Premier promised, he promised that people would feel safer in their communities. And 18 months later, nothing could be further from the truth, Mr. Speaker. We have an escalating gang conflict, random stabbings, social disorder, and rampant taxpayer-funded drug trafficking. Violent crimes have increased 37% under the soft-on-crime Premier's catch-and-release policies. So my question, why has the Premier failed to deliver the safe communities he promised?
Minister of Public Safety.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, and again I appreciate the question from the member. One of the things that we always want to do is to ensure that we have a good understanding of statistics, and so I can inform the member. So, for example, Delta. Violent crime is down over the last 3 years by 9%. Robberies down by 71%. Other offences by persons down 28%. Honourable Speaker, that's just not unique to Delta. Prince George, bike theft, Honourable Speaker, down 83%. Thank you, Honourable Speaker. You know, they proclaim to be concerned about public safety. I've just read out statistics from a community on Delta around assaults and violent assaults against people, showing a downward trend. Now there's other things that they have raised in the past, Honourable Speaker, about theft. And again, I'm pointing out in the case of Prince George, bike theft down 83%, break and enters down 19%, mischief under 5,000 down 8%, Honourable Speaker. Kamloops, Honourable Speaker. Overall crime down 2%, Honourable Speaker. Break-in and entering down to in businesses down, Honourable Speaker. Theft of motor vehicles, Honourable Speaker, down 18%. The reality is, Honourable Speaker, the initiatives that this government has put in place are tools that police have asked for, Honourable Speaker. That's why we've made a push for changes to the criminal code. That's why we put in place the Revoy program for repeat violent offenders. That's why we put in place the site funding, Honourable Speaker, special investigative funding that communities across this province and police have been praising, Honourable Speaker. We are going to do everything we can to keep communities safe, and it's working.